Hello beautiful boys and girls, welcome back to Age of the Ring. We have a special video today because this replay was taken from one of Turin's Age of the Ring beginner tournaments, which shout out for him for actually hosting tournaments, cough cough cough, wink wink. Yeah, but no, he hosts beginner tournaments, so you know, it's, you know, new player friendly, where they can, you know, show what they've learned and learn as well. So let's see if we got a good game for us. In the bottom right, we have a Mordor. It is Harman. Not to be confused with Harman, who is a different one. We have Harman. And facing him today is a Harad. And it is Tor Morgul. So the guy named Morgul is going to be facing Mordor. Well, there's some irony there. Anyway, going with Mahudi Doody starts. Which means no flexibility in the beginning because... obviously Harondors, you can turn them into spears to creep the warglares, or archers or whatever. But it should be okay. Because he has time to go for both, I imagine. If he's beginner friendly, I think he can. He has gone for the scout tower, which is probably one of the most unimpactful tier ones. Not one I like to go with. Dry spell or, you know, the war chant is my cup of tea there. Did Tor Morgul go to the Thran school of creeping? Because this is kind of the shenanigans he would come up with. This might be Thran altar count. I always knew he was a beginner, but there you go. I mean, if it works, don't knock it, I guess. Anyway, I will try to give tips where I can. When it's people I know that play badly, I like to, you know, rag on them a little bit, make fun of their mother. But these guys I don't really know, and I'm sure they'd appreciate some advice, so... I mean, so far so good. He does have 3 Orcish strongholds for the spam. And they are both creeping for the little cash injection. But I think both players could stand to be a little bit more aggressive. And trying to hit the eco, which they could both be doing. So we're in Ered Wethrin, which I'm guessing is sort of like... You know what? Actually, I got no idea where it is. But you can make ruffians. Okay, so they spotted each other here. If I was Tor Morgul, I would just keep on going because nothing would be able to catch the Mahood short of cavalry. So, while these guys are harassing, he could just be making fresh troops. And I would swap the Warlord out for archers. Because he's got Orcish archers himself. You want to be focusing them. And then when you feel like you've got time, you just want to tech up and get some Outriders as well. If he's going to be going Orc spam, yeah, Outriders would be good too. Okay, so good expansion. Eco-wise from Tor Morgul. Hitting... Okay, I don't think you need a 4th Orc pit. I'm not saying people don't do that, it's just, it seems a bit unnecessary. I mean, 4 Orc pits seems like an elevated moment. Alright, first blood to Tor Morgul. And got him on aggressive stance for bonus damage. And as long as he doesn't take fort damage, I think he's actually done that pretty well. Well done. Alright, there's fighting going on here. What do the ruffians get? Ah, they get damage when near Saruman. That's going to be super helpful this game. And I don't think... I mean, maybe a Bazaar fell here, but honestly, I don't know if there was one there. Alright, gets another slave pit, that's cool. Slave farm, whatever. And level 3, which means they do have access to the war charm. It's not every day you actually get that ability. And by every day, I mean I never get that ability, because my Mahoods always die before then. But it does give you 25% damage, so... Click on your Mahood, hit W, and you're good to go. Also, this is sitting in the open, you could have easily got that. He's probably going for the other single fire, though. Alright, Orcs showing their complete ineptitude by taking a lifetime to destroy this one Bazaar. And yeah, you could have definitely gone with archers, because you don't need more melee. You've already got Mahood for that. Like, spears to counter Nazgul when they show up. But Mahood are much better, like, regular swordsmen. I actually managed to catch up with them here, though. And I guess he figured, yeah, there's no point running away from Mahood. Mahood actually showing their strength there. Level 2 on those boys, and they can just run down Orcs all day. So yeah, the better start. And he has... Okay, good. He's teched up and he's got the early outriders. He hasn't overspammed. He's actually teched up and got a good unit. Alright, so another layer has gone down here. The gold is just sitting there, but I think we'll get it soon. Wait, are those Variags? Oh, hell yes. Okay. It was not a 4th Orc Pit. It was a Variag encampment. RuudDevil, you should use your eyes. Is this going to be end for the level 3 Mahoods? And it looks like it. Plenty of XP for these boys. Oh, man. What a terrible end. Oh, that's a shame. Alright, Spearmen are here as well. Let's not get greedy here. The map is yours. He has to chase you. There's no point going face first into a spear. Alright, swaps to wedge. Bonus damage. Yeah, those are for the Mahood, dude. Vengeance has been... Oh, no! Forget Vengeance! The Black Riders are here. Alright. Needs to get some good trambles. Needs to power his way to level 3. Screech has so much utility. It can set up really awesome combos, or it can get you out of dodge. Or it can just, you know, break up enemy formations. You can just do anything you want with Screech. Alright, that was actually a good counterattack. Tor Morgul's actually gone with the Oasis upgrade on the fort. Which, don't get me wrong, is really good, but I think it's like 800. I feel like that's a lot of money to be spending. Like, that money should have gone to a hero. That's a lot of money to spend pretty early on in the game. Alright, 10 points, so tier 2 for him. He can go with Easterling Summon, which I think is the main reason people go with the Southfront Sentry. Wow, we've actually got to level up. What is this? Steal resources from slain enemies. Alright, so that was the +3. Alright. Well, that's pretty good. Alright, I don't... do you have to upgrade ruffians with torches? I should probably know that, but I've never seen anyone actually make these ruffians before. I guess curiosity killed the cat. But hey, they took out some Variags. Who am I to judge? Let's go. Alright, cool. Alright, sitting on 14 points. Should definitely be investing in something. Harmon has actually gone with a killer tier 2. 200%. It used to be... In fact, it used to be like 300, then it was 275 for a long time. And now it's 200%. But yeah, when it was... I mean, no other tier 2 even got touched when it was 275. I mean, it's still a really good tier 2, but thankfully they addressed that issue. Alright, bit of a slow start from Mordor, but they're actually clawing their way back into this game. They basically shut down the right-hand side. There are some bazaars here, but he... yeah, he's basically dominated the right side of his enemy's base. The spears are covering him well. He's got Variags and plenty of Orc Archers to deal with the Mahood. And forced to retreat. If one does survive, they'll obviously regen under the... Ooh, the banner spawned at the last second. Level 4 Mahood does live. Does survive to fight another day. Alright, lots of troops just standing here. You want to send them in immediately? There's like 6 battalions there. Okay, there's a hero out. And no Orc Spears. I don't know where they've gone. Alright, there's one here. Is that Shagrat chasing a builder? Oh man, I hate Shagrat just for the fact that I can never see him in a team fight. And they do get the builder kill, get wrecked. I never see him in a team fight. I always think it's just a regular Black Urk. So he's like super easy to just keep alive. Because people like me just can't tell he's in the fight. Anyway, yeah, he will buff the Orc Archers, which is cool. Okay, last march of the Ruffians. With some Headhunters. But no Spears. And I don't know if a Nazgul died, but I don't actually see a Nazgul on the field. A Nazgul must have actually died. What the hell? Okay, so he's making regular Black Urks now, which is good. if you want to perfect the Orcish strat with Mordor, you have to get Morgul Sorcery on your fortress. Because Morgul Sorcery is the gateway to Gothmog, who's got an amazing leadership for Orcs, and has got one of the best summons in the game. Because he summons elite Morgul Pikes. Alright, there's the Nazgul. I didn't hear anything revived, so maybe I'm just blind. Alright, there's the Screech, very nice. Now, the Easterling summon, I don't blame him for doing it here, because obviously he has to go by what he can see. But obviously, in a perfect world, you want to use your summon to take care of the most important resource structure. But if he can get this, it'll be good. Black Orcs will have the advantage against his Eastlings, though. Alright, 15 points now. He's actually getting a lot of points. He's taking a lot of losses on this left-hand side. Not sure how he managed to get to 15, but he does have tier 3. So he could go with Oasis for a mass heal and armor buff. Or he could go with the weather spell. Yeah, I'm not sure how he did that, but he did somehow. Okay, yeah, the right side fully belongs to Mordor. I like the way he's sort of taken charge here. He made Variax to counter the Mahood, which cost him a bit of time, but he did get away with it. And now he's got Black Orcs as well to back up. And it seems... also, is there music in this map? It seems mega quiet. No, we found a dead track, apparently. Well, there it goes. But yeah, it seems Tor Morgul is going to be putting his faith in the War Mumak. That's a lot of money to invest. For that money, you can get Borderpan for leadership. You could get Casimir for a bit more money, who has a stun and a replenishment and a big shiny bald head. All of that matters. Alright, Severing Strike on the Nazgul. There are 2 Mordor heroes here. Shagrat. Nope, they're going to stand and fight. There's Severing Strike. Look at that killer damage. It isn't the buff version, though, so he's not going to slow. Is he going to give him the Nazgul kill, though? This is the mistake. This is the opportunity he needed. Ooh. Okay, Shagrat's obviously going to survive here. Now, are they going to catch the Nazgul? The answer is no. And the Fort will deal with the rest. Okay, the auto heal is already kicked in. That's your signal to retreat. Yeah, okay, he's gonna run onto the fort and lose him. That's fine. Okay. So both are at tier 3. Man, he's on 20 points. What's he waiting for? Level 5 Mahood. Okay, some orcs were fed. I still think he does need Morgul Sorcery. Big as a house. I didn't know that's what it was called. Has it always been called that? That looks like a new button to me. Well, okay. Okay, here come the orcs. Now, even if there's spears in there... That's a shame. That's a shame. I was gonna say, like, the Stampede will give little shits about the spears, though. But then... the second tower got hit. No, the Nazgul got hit. Okay, trying his luck with Ziggo Cultist. Not something that you rarely see. But... Spirit of Zigor can pull it back. If your opponent is dumb enough to clump.
I bring warriors from the tribes of Harad.
Okay, let's see. Where are they? Which one do they need? I forget what it's called. Oh, it is called Spirit of Zigor. Okay. Well, let's see what we can cook up here. Moving into position. Oh! Oh my goodness, look at the damage. Just... oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, not always used because a little pricey and a huge risk because obviously they can't defend themselves conventionally. But yeah, if you can get like the fire wind off, fire tornado, whatever you want to call it, There, you can actually get some pretty awesome kills. Alright, Mouth of Sauron on the field. Tanky frontline. Buff, debuff. And another hero I don't really make, but is actually a super solid hero. Okay, I feel like he needs a... Yeah, I was about to say, I think he needs Black Numenorians on the field. Black Numenorians with Casimir, and he'll be able to stand up to these Urks no problem. And then you could maybe... I mean, getting the archers is always risky, but he does have level... He does have level 3 already, so he could go for it.
With us.
Yeah, I think maybe Black Numenorians and then Corsairs with Firebombs would actually be ideal. Actually, Corsairs with Firebombs would have been way more cost-effective than these Zealots. The Zealots are way more fun. The Cultists are way more fun, don't get me wrong. But I feel like most people would just go with Corsairs. Because the Firebombs would just annihilate everything. Okay, it does have Eastling Archers now, which is good. Very powerful unit, just incredibly slow to get out. Alright, still on level 5, but none of his abilities are really going to help here. The lands we've taken is more for attacking buildings. Because it lowers their armor and everything. Okay, so 15 points, 10 points away from Rain of Fire. Oh! Uh-oh. You can tell it's working because it slows down my PC. Oh, that's good value, kind of. How long does it take the cultists to replenish underneath Oasis? Hold up. I want to check the Mordor base, but I also want to see this. Okay, so there's good synergy between the Oasis and, yeah, okay, that's insane. That's a really good defensive weapon. Okay, he has Numenorean Vanguard, and he has the Caravan, so he does have upgrades. He's got Forged Blades, you can tell the blades are glowing red there, which is cool. Okay, come on. Screech! I don't think that affected the Numenorians. There's the Stampede! Very nice! That's a lot of CP down the drain from Mordor! Is he going to be feeding under the fort? That is super costly. Ooh, Mumak does go down. I'm not sure he deserved that loss. I think the Mumak did very well. There was one Easterling... In fact, I think there was probably an Orcish Pike in there too. But that was a lot. That was some big casualties. And now, Tormoril can turn the tables because he can just harass everywhere. That'll give him power points. It'll distract his opponent because he has to address it. And that'll buy him time to rebuild his eco and get some more heroes out. Attack Troll's going to die under the fort. Very nice. Okay, that's good. I didn't think the cultists were going to be a good enough defense, but I guess the orcs' health are really low. And fire sort of cuts through armor anyway. I don't know if fire damage completely ignores armor, but it does seem like it. Yeah, Urlokai is a bit of a problem. But you can just kite him around the map. So credit to Harmon, he's been making so many troops, and I just heard the tornado go in again. Yeah, it missed. Okay, never mind. So, Morgul Sorcery? No. Which means no Beacon of Morgul. No Legions of Morgul. It's a huge power buff for Mordor. And yet he's denying himself that. Was that Shagrat doing a buff there? Okay, it was. Loyalty of Lugbears. Or loyalty to Lugbears. There's the Fire Tornado! Fire does not care about your loyalty. I'm pretty sure it doesn't give a shuck. And Suladan defending onto the fort. How heroic. What a sight that would be. And this guy died of heat stroke. That's just the way it goes. Numenorians with the Forged Blades. Beautiful. There's Rain of Fire. Does he hold on to it for the army, or does he... Oh. Nope, he's going to drop it. All right. Man, he just dropped it like me after an Indian takeaway. Oh my goodness, that is Vindaloo on fire, literally. And he'll be quite annoyed if he doesn't get the level 3 barracks after that. He does have a branding... Okay, Harmon's got contingency. Cavalry made it back, but Urlokai's just gone straight for the base. Taken out one of the newly built bazaars. Level 3 barracks has gone down. No, not the caravan. Leave Jenkins alone. We're going to swap to Harad camp for the soundbites. Okay, no, he's fine. Alright, 26 points. Oh, what the... How did he get level 3 on Barbarian Citadel? With what? Hold up. Oh! Oh, wait, no, the ability wasn't used. Urlog's on the fort, plus battering ram. Yeah, okay, that's GG. I forgot he can summon on enemy buildings. That's such a good ability. Anyway, Fortune's gonna go down. And he just got Black Matriarch. Yeah, just a little slow with using his powers. And just, I don't know, I can't really fault him for making the Cultist because they did do a good job. I just feel like maybe he should have invested more into, like, heroes that buff the units he was using. So, like, obviously Casimir will give leadership to Numenorians, ZR Rule will give leadership to Mahud, and then Harondor, and then, basically everything else when you level them up high enough. That was a cool game! I like beginners that are just trying new things. That was interesting. I don't know why there was no music. That was kind of annoying, but whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you hate someone, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.